Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Hate to do two Epic Game Store videos like this in a single day. However, some more information has come out, and this is in regards to Borderlands 3, so the Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff is completely separate. If you're interested in that, you can check out the last video, but this is gonna be all about Borderlands 3, Randy Pitchford saying something, a game developer talking about review bombing, Borderlands 2 getting review bombed on Steam. I want to talk about all of this, and this is such a controversial topic right now. I'm happy that I didn't talk about the Epic Game Store at all yesterday, but now we've got so much news, and I have to talk about it once again, especially with some stuff that Randy Pitchford said. He low-key had a meltdown over on Twitter, kind of spread some misinformation about Valve and Steam, which wasn't true at all regarding review bombing. They actually implemented something recently to combat review bombing, but still, I can understand your problems with review bombing. But I also want to check out a very interesting quote from a game developer and what he said about review bombing, because there's so many sides to every topic that I'm gonna cover in this video, from the Epic Game Store to review bombing itself. Some of you guys are totally cool with the Epic Game Store. Some of you guys think review bombing is completely whack. Some of you guys think it's completely cool. Whatever the case may be, let's talk about all of this. So Borderlands 2, ever since the announcement of the Borderlands 3 Epic Game Store 6-month exclusivity period, it's been getting some negative reviews on Steam. However, what's very interesting about this case of negative reviews, and say the case that happened with Metro 2033 and Last Light, is it's not a unanimous reception of negative reviews. I am really starting to sense a notion of some PC gamers getting annoyed with other PC gamers making too big of a deal about this, using review bombing as a platform to get your message across. And that's what I'm really noticing based on the recent reviews that were posted. I would say it's about 60% negative, 40% positive if I would have to put a number on it. So just based on some of the most recent reviews, the most recent one is positive, saying review bombing literally does nothing. Idiots, go post in Community Hub. The game is awesome to play even in 2019. So now you're seeing something like this is also getting name calling into Steam reviews. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but nonetheless, social media gonna social media. Second review is a negative review. Borderlands 3 will be exclusive to Epic Store for 6 months. That's it. Third review is a positive review. A lot of sweaty gamers are currently review bombing the game. It is not the right choice, but one they choose to take that hurts their credibility and possibly others who have yet to experience the game. The game is fun. It provides a good looter shooter along with funny interactions and a quality style, so we just talked about the game. This is for Borderlands 2, by the way. Borderlands 1 and the pre-sequel are going to have different reviews. Another negative review just saying LOL, and what's funny is that person literally had 154 hours in the game, so you could probably imagine that he's a little bit upset. Another negative review, somebody that has 187 hours. I love Borderlands 2 and I've played through it a few times and had a lot of fun. Also, screw Epic Games, you guys get the idea. Middle fingers to Epic Store, a bunch of negative and positive reviews, you get the idea, but I've noticed it's not unanimously positive, and I notice it anecdotally in my comment section as well. There's a contingency of gamers that are really getting annoyed with everybody making this to be a big story, and they don't care about which platform they have to go play their game on. I also know there's a contingency of you that don't want to even buy the game anymore, and now you're gonna go pirate the game, whatever the case may be. So obviously it's a little bit divisive. I would probably say overall it's 70-30 in terms of people that do care about Epic Store exclusivity versus people that don't care and are getting a little bit annoyed, but you guys get the idea. Alright, so Borderlands 2 is getting review bombed, so let's take a look at all the tweets that are being sent out. Somebody put out a tweet saying, not cool at all to misuse the review system like this, and shame on Steam games for allowing it. More on that in a little bit, because Steam has implemented something. I don't know if they were living under a rock, but this was a big story, and I even covered it in a video. Not to say that Randy Pitchford is watching my videos, but nonetheless. Randy Pitchford responded saying, ironically, that this misuse is possible, and Steam has no interest in correcting this misuse. Makes me kind of happy about 2K's decision, and makes me want to reconsider Gearbox Publishing's current posture on the platform. First of all, it is not everyone that's review bombing. There are some people that are review bombing, but you can't negatively impact the entirety of the PC gaming community based on some people review bombing. Secondly, you saying Steam has no interest in correcting the situation, that is completely incorrect. Valve implemented a review bombing filtering system a couple of weeks ago, and if you go on Borderlands 2 right now, you auto default to the setting that has review bombing filtered out. So right now, if you actually go on Steam, for the majority of you guys, recent reviews for Borderlands 2 is going to be 90% positive at 1106 reviews. If you unfilter that, that's when you're going to see the negative reception. Now, the negative reviews are still posted and and you can see those. However, the actual percentage, which I think is very important, that's the thing that you want to drive home. Now, I understand review bombing isn't the greatest way, but how else are you supposed to get your message across? And this is what another developer in Chet Falasik put out on Twitter. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Rami Ishmael first put out a tweet saying, all previous Borderlands games getting review bombed over Take-Two's decision to publish on the Epic Game Store first is ridiculous. User reviews are slowly becoming less and less defensible as a measure of game quality, and platforms without them a safer bet for launch. Now, that is such a stupid statement, and let me explain why. One instance of a game getting review bombed, and you're going to strip away all of the positive effects that it has? Look at what it did for a game like Risk of Rain 2. I guarantee you that people clicked on Risk of Rain 2, saw the overwhelmingly positive reception, and say, hey, I gotta dig a little bit more about the game. I gotta tell my friends, what is Risk of Rain 2? Let's do some research on it. That is a completely positive scenario where Steam reviews came in really handy. I'm sure people clicked on Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5 and saw those games were incredible PC versions based on the Steam reviews, and they got really excited, and maybe some people were won over into buying the game. Just because of one instance where a game was getting review bombed, 2 if you count Metro Exodus, and I'm sure there are a couple of other instances here and there where really bad things happen, but overall, I would say 85 to 90% of the times, Steam reviews are much more helpful than they are harmful. So you to say user reviews are slowly becoming less and less defensible as a measure of game quality, yes, review bombing itself doesn't make a statement about the game's quality inherently. However, to say that user reviews are becoming less and less as a measure of game quality, I don't think that's true at all. And Chet Falasek over on Twitter also offered a great counterpoint saying review bombing is making it clearer and clearer that players have no effective means of communication with developers where they feel their voices will be heard, so they use the one avenue available to them. We can throw out reviews or we can fix communication. Yes, that is absolutely true. Gamers were not asked at all about the Epic Store. Would this be something we would like? Obviously, everybody would say, no, we wouldn't like this. It's something that isn't great for the consumer. But the regular gamer was not given any inclination, any point of view from the Epic side and the Gearbox side of things on why these decisions are being made until the decision was actually made. And yeah, for me it didn't come out of left field, but I know for a lot of my viewers and I know for a lot of the casual PC gamers, it did come out of completely left field. And then you completely strip away that communication and you add in something so negative like that, of course there's going to be an inherent backlash right away. And Steam review bombing is really the only avenue to go. Now, it's not something that I'm a big fan of. I wish that there were better avenues for us to voice our displeasure, but what avenue we have? We could take to social media, we could take to all our YouTube videos, but based on Steam being the biggest platform for gaming and based on it being the platform of choice for a lot of people, Steam reviews are those one area where people think that their voice can have an inherent impact on the game. Even still, with a game like Borderlands 2, I think it's a known enough game where yes, if it does get review bombed a little bit, it's not going to impact the sales all too much. People are still going to play it. For an indie game or a lower key title, yeah, getting review bombed would suck, but what indie game and lower level title has really ever gotten review bombed to the point of it negatively impacting sales to a great degree? The one instance was Devotion, that game that had the Chinese meme in it. Yeah, that sucked for that game, and that was one instance where that was completely effed up, and I believe they delisted the game and they're working on getting that game back on the Steam store. Nonetheless, Steam has already put measures in place to counteract review bombing. You already see that with Borderlands 2. So for Randy Pitchford, for him to say that, that's pretty funny. And then that Twitter thread of what Randy Pitchford said kind of devolved into just name calling. Why are Twitter people getting into name calling battles with Randy Pitchford? Why is Randy Pitchford stooping to this level? I get it that trolls are stooping to the level, but that gives you an instance where you can stoop to that level as well. So I want to take a look at something that a couple Twitter users said, and then Randy Pitchford responded, saying that he's happy about 2K's decision and makes me want to reconsider Gearbox Publishing's current posture on the platform. A user going by the name of TJ over on Twitter said this would not have happened if there wasn't an exclusivity deal. You, 2K, or whoever is responsible brought it upon themselves, and it is their fault for everyone being pissed off. Randy Pitchford then responded using the analogy, I wouldn't hit you if you didn't deserve it. It's your fault I am hitting you. WTF, what is wrong with you and this victim blaming bullshit? Kindly fuck off, troll. I don't completely agree with what Randy Pitchford said, but nonetheless, and then someone else responded to him. And guys, if you're gonna respond on Twitter, please leave the name calling out of it. Even if your point makes a lot of coherent sense, if you add name calling, you're gonna be taken a lot less seriously. and it's not an effective means of communication. But someone responded saying, you've got things backwards. It's more like game developers and publishers have been abusing their relationship with their customers for years now, but now those customers are getting tired of getting shit on and now are fighting back. You're not the victim, you idiot, you're the perpetrator. And then it just goes on, and the meltdown continues. Look, I have never been one for Steam review bombing, but it's a method and a form of communication that gamers do find effective. What other methods and forms of communication do we have? The Epic Game Store exclusivity deals are gonna come. If the money's on the table, the publishers would be stupid to turn it down. However, at the same time, if those deals are going to be made, if those anti-consumer practices are going to be put into place, expect some gamers to give some sort of backlash. Not all gamers, as you're seeing now. I see it in my comment section all the time. There's some of you that are getting completely annoyed with this, getting completely annoyed with how I keep making videos on this, talking about this topic. But nonetheless, it is something that has to be covered, and I'm trying to splice in some regular videos for you guys as well, for those of you getting really annoyed. But today it was just a big day. Red Dead Redemption 2, Borderlands now, so we had to talk about both of these topics. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. A lot to digest here, and this is a topic I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about for the next 6 months, next year. A lot more exclusivity deals are gonna be happening. We don't know if RDR2 is gonna be an exclusive. We don't know if XYZ game is gonna be an exclusive, but more exclusives I am sure are coming. I'll keep you guys up to speed on all of that, but I will be keeping you guys up to speed with great GPU deals, great game deals, gaming news, all that good stuff will be coming as well. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. Definitely let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'm sure there's gonna be a little bit of backlash. There's a lot of you guys agreeing with me, but that makes the conversation all the more fun. That's gonna wrap up this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.